Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Twinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Ori and the Blind Forest. Last time we had like a glitch, so our progress was kind of halted, but we sorted it out, and now we can continue. So.
Yes. Yeah, we were trying to do parts when we had absolutely no visual.
Yes. And Rice was doing a pretty good job with it.
Just doing leaps of faith and jumps and stuff. So.
Yeah, so that's the thing right there. You see it?
I do see it. So that's what was giving us
So
problems.
that was causing problems. Oh, gosh.
Can you hurt it? Why don't you dash?
That's a good idea.
Oh, you're holding the thing. That's why. You have to go back for it.
I know.
I think you're doing good. Thanks. Wow, how did I make it so good?
I mean, I think it's a little different from the last time.
No, I know, but even when we were trying it this time, I made it.
Yeah, no, I don't know how far you made it, but it seems like you're doing a pretty good job.
You only have one more life.
Well, that's good to know. Well, let's try.
Also, I wanted to talk.
Well, okay, first off, so Rice went to
New Orleans.
Oh, there's a spiky there. Yeah, she went to New Orleans over the last weekend. It was a long weekend. She's back now, and so I want to know what was, I didn't like my jump. So I want to know what was the favorite thing you ate first. We're going to start with food.
Okay, well, I will say it's a good thing that my friend Jenna, the last day, she was asking everybody, what was your favorite thing we did, and what was your favorite thing you ate?
Really?
Yeah.
Those were my questions.
And unfortunately, like, I was having trouble coming up with my favorite thing I ate. But I will list a few of the things that I really liked.
Okay.
I really liked the beignet.
Mm-hmm.
I also really liked, we got a couple bread puddings for dinner, or not for dinner, for dessert on a couple of the nights.
Okay.
There was a Bananas Foster bread pudding, and I don't remember what the other one, like the flavor of the other one. But the bread puddings were good. I was pleasantly surprised by the crawfish.
Okay, so you did get the crawfish?
I did.
Okay.
So the crawfish, for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
It was just crayfish, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what crayfish look like. Crawfish look like little lobsters.
That's what a crayfish is.
Okay.
Crayfish and crawfish are the same thing.
Yeah, so the crawfish, no. So crawfish was like this big, like 4 or 5 inches. And so, we got this big basket of crawfish, and we're like, we don't know how to eat this.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to eat it.
So we asked the waitress, how do you eat this? And she was all excited because she's like, oh, I'm going to get a free crawfish out of this. So you basically, like, break the tail off. And then she said you can kind of, like, drink some of the liquid that's in the top half of the crawfish.
That's pretty gross.
And then...
I know. I'm trying really hard.
And then with the tail, you can either, like, get lucky and maybe it'll come out easy. But you can also just kind of crack it open and then get the meat out that way. But it was really good. I was surprised because I didn't know if I was gonna like it, since I'm not a huge lobster fan.
Yeah.
I'd say that those were probably my top 3. But there was one morning.
What was it? You said beignets, the crawfish. What was the third thing?
The bread pudding, the desserts.
Okay.
I also had a couple of good drinks.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
But we can go into drinks a little later. But another day for breakfast, or one of the days for breakfast, I had... It was like a breakfast that I would get here. I had steel-cut oats, and then I got 2 eggs over easy. And the oats came with some blueberries. But it was just... it was just good, because it got me, like, back into... Because, like, the first day...
Like, more healthy eating?
Yeah, the first day was, like, way too much.
Track.
Yeah, way too much of the, like, fried food and stuff. Because I got a oyster po' boy.
Oh, man. Now, a po' boy is just like a sandwich, right?
Yes. Yeah, po' boy is basically just any kind of sandwich, and then it's served. What makes it a po' boy is the bread. It's served on like a big crunch.
Okay.
Man, something's happening.
Yep. We did it. Let's never come back to the Misty Wood.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was really just when the screen
Yeah.
was all glitching out.
Man, what's that?
Lit the shrouded lantern. It lifted the haze. Ori, the key to the forlorn ruins, the gunman Guman seal, has been revealed. Hooray!
Cool.
The forlorn ruins.
Okay.
That's not too far.
Yeah, I think those were probably actually. I was taking notes about everything I ate. I did get gumbo, and jambalaya, but you know what? I decided I'm just not a big
Fan
New
of
Orleans. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like food in general?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also ate 3 snowballs.
What's a snowball?
So it's kind of like Hawaiian shaved ice.
Oh, that sounds good.
The first one, that was interesting because they kind of ranged in quality, because the first one I got was more similar to a snow cone.
Okay.
So it was like a bad one.
Yeah.
The second one was more shaved than the first one, but that third one was the best. I also had some fried shrimp. Yeah, and then the oyster po' boy. I had orange tea at one of the places. It was just a bag of tea, but it was just that herbal orange tea, and I thought it was really good. Yeah, I got a crepe one day, but it wasn't as good as the like the beignet or the crawfish.
Yeah. Did you get a
So-
sweet crepe or did they have savory crepes too?
I got a sweet crepe, but they did have savory. I had one that had peanut butter, Nutella, and banana. Yeah, so I'll say beignet and crawfish were my top 2.
Okay.
Yeah, the beignet. So what I thought was surprising about the beignet is that I was expecting it to be kind of like a similar texture to a white cream filled donut, so more like a yeast
Yeah.
kind of donut, but it was more similar to like not quite a sour cream glaze, but it was kind of a mix between a sour cream glaze and maybe a cruller.
Okay.
Like it had kind of like that egginess to it, but not so much as a cruller,
yeah.
if you can imagine that. But yeah, the only problem with the beignet is that it makes a mess because since it's coated in powdered sugar. Why don't you ground pound? Yeah, they make a mess when you eat them, but they are very good. And I only had one the first day, or I had 1.5, I guess. But I passed up an opportunity to eat one a second time because that was the day that I was trying to do like a little mini cleanse, I guess.
Yeah.
I was lucky.
Was it luck or was it all part of the plan?
All skill? I don't know. All right, so that's my food answer.
Okay.
Locking
that sounds
it
pretty
in.
good.
Beignet and crawfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, just my opinion, but, like, I didn't think the gumbo or jambalaya, like, I think I just don't like those flavors.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that was my food experience. And the snowball was good.
Yeah. So what was your favorite thing you did? What did you guys even do? Tell me all about it.
Okay, should I start with my favorite thing first?
Sure, why not?
Alright, so my favorite thing, maybe it sounds a little lame, but
Walking around the French Quarter.
no. We went to City Park, which is like mid-city, so it was a little further away, but we trekked out there. And while we were out there, like, looking at our little map, because we got a map from somewhere. I don't even know where that map came from. Oh, it came from the art museum. We didn't go to the art museum.
Okay.
But they had some maps of City Park there, so we grabbed one. So the map showed this, like, Bayou St. John or something. So we sat by the bayou and we were watching the geese, and I was eating my snowball, and I'm like, this is pretty nice. And that was my favorite part.
Okay. No shame in that.
Yeah.
And I said it wasn't like very exciting or whatever, but
Yeah, I mean, just because we were just sitting there watching the geese. But there was like 2 gangs of geese. So it was actually interesting. And then there were little turtles popping their heads out of the water.
that's nice.
Yeah. So other things we did was, the first day we went to French Quarter. And we saw a whole bunch of street art. There's a whole bunch of mules pulling. Actually, I might have a picture of the mules. Pulling these like touristy carts so that people can, see the, get a little tour of the place. Right. I'm quite sure I do. Oh yeah. Once you're done, and then I'll show the viewers.
I can't see. Oh, that's nice, little mule.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, actually they could see that pretty
Can
good.
you guys see the little mule pulling a cart? There's one that was really spotted, and that one was my favorite, but I don't think I got a picture of it. Yeah, we saw people doing readings. Like fortune teller readings.
Oh, okay. I was like readings.
Yeah.
I was like, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we saw people doing fortune teller readings. We saw lots of street musicians. Or I guess, no, not as many street musicians as what I was hoping for. I was expecting there to be like jazz left and right, but there wasn't. Yeah, we saw a lot of street art. But not street art like graffiti, but street art like, people have their paintings out and you can buy them.
Right.
That kind of street
Well, that's
art.
still good.
Yeah. And that's all like in the Jackson Square area in the French Quarter. But we also went to the French market, and that's where we got the beignets.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, that's where we got the crepes. The beignets we got at Café du Monde, which is like the place to get beignets. But the French market had things like, they had a craft section, then they had a food section. So like you could get crawfish there, you could get the crepes, you could get jambalaya, you could get po' boys, a whole bunch of food at the French market. So I like the French market a lot. But that's actually where I got my bad snowball. The snowball that was icy.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then we went, we walked through the French district, like on like Bourbon Street and Royal Street, like the ones you hear everything about, but we didn't actually like go to any of those bars. I'm just gonna tell you that now.
Right. Okay.
Because since we were staying in the Garden District, it was a whole like streetcar ride to get to the French District, or the French Quarter.
Yeah.
So we're like, like by the time nighttime ever came, we're like, we're just gonna go to this, strip of restaurants that's close to us.
Yeah.
So then after we like explored the French Quarter, two of the people were kind of tired. So they went back to the place to take a nap because they had an early morning flight that day.
Yeah.
The rest of us, we took the ferry across the Mississippi River it's called Algiers Point. Granted, we didn't realize this before, but when we got there, we're like, wow, Algiers Point has nothing here.
Ah, really?
But one of the podcasts I had been listening to, it was a New Orleans podcast. They said just spending a little bit of time on the water is really nice when you're in New Orleans because there is so much water.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm still glad we took the ferry because, it was still an experience, and the ferry was really nice, and it was pretty cheap because, a ferry ride was $2.
Yeah.
So $4 round trip to get out on the water for a little bit.
That's not bad.
Because I told you about those dinner cruises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the dinner cruises were like $50 or $60 a person. Granted, it would be a buffet dinner. I don't think drinks were included. But let's see. So we did the ferry. We went out to Eldridge Point. They had a actually pretty nice, like bike path along the river. So we walked on that for a little bit, and then we turned around and took the ferry back. What did we do after that? We went out to dinner at this place called Joey K's in the Garden District. That's where I got my oyster po' boy and the first bread pudding.
Okay.
And oyster, it was my first time having oyster.
Yeah, I've never had oyster.
So
how was it?
I ended up having oyster twice. This was the first time. So this first time it was deep fried.
Must have been good enough for you to try it again.
Well, no, this is the first time it was deep fried, and it was like kind of like almost like uncooked tofu. No, it's not quite right. It was like a smooth texture, like almost like, imagine a mushroom if it wasn't chewy.
Okay.
Kind of like a melt in your mouth type texture. Yeah, I really can't think of a comparison. I think we should save.
Well, I mean, I just saved right before coming in here.
Oh, did you?
That's alright. We'll save again. Oh, don't step on those.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
Good thing we just saved.
Yeah, so it had a weird texture, but that was when I decided that I don't like po' boys and oyster is okay.
Okay. We had oyster again, so.
Well, so I had oyster again because it was just me and two friends. We went out for dinner and drinks, and the one guy wanted a like oyster. I think it was an oyster and cheddar bake, or not cheddar. Oyster and some kind of cheese and maybe something else, but I didn't like it in that because in that the oyster is really chewy. Like it was weird. I didn't like it. It was almost like how how I don't like steak because steak is too chewy.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that.
Okay.
I'm like I just feel like I'm eating it, and if I swallow it, it's like swallowing a piece of gum. It's like
Oh, this is weird.
Oh, it's like it turned on you.
Yeah.
I see.
It's because I'm holding.
Oh, I see.
When you're upside down, the controls are reversed.
Oh, okay.
So I just drop it and then, okay.
So then, in that first day, I didn't get anything to drink. Second day was the day we went to City Park, but one of the trams or the streetcars, it had some issues. Like there was this big accident that involved a crane that happened a couple weeks prior, so this one line didn't go where it should have gone.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to like kind of go a roundabout way, but we ended up making it to City Park. We did not go to the museum because you had to pay entry to the museum.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not big on museums. So everyone seemed to think that that was weird.
That you don't like museums?
Yeah. Do you like museums?
I mean, it depends on the museum.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they're just so like, I don't know, like how many museums of natural history do you have to go to in your life?
Right.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. I think I've got a restart.
Oh, I see.
But like, I think, yeah, it depends on the museum. Cause
it was an art museum.
Art museums can be okay. I think, well, it depends. I feel like the only art museum I've been to is the Louvre.
Okay.
And I feel like that was fun just because I could pretend I was in the Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
But, I don't know, I like art, but it's like, in general, if I'm in a new city, I don't really want to go to a museum. I'd rather spend my time in the city.
Right, me too.
Eating things or just walking around.
Me too. So anyways, we didn't go to this art museum, but we did go to, they had a sculpture garden. Mm-hmm. So they had like a whole bunch of like nice little walkways, and they had these sculptures and stuff. So that was kind of cool. Plus it was free, so that was good.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, and then we were going to go to the botanical garden, but then little did we know you had to pay entry to get into the botanical garden.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't actually go to the botanical garden. But that was when that's when I saw the snowball, and I ate the snowball, and we sat by the bayou and watched the geese. And then from there, we went to this Vietnamese place. It was like Vietnamese and Vietnamese fusion with New Orleans food. But the thing I got was, I think, just basically all... Well, I guess it wasn't all Vietnamese, but I got a vermicelli dish with shrimp, and then one of my friends got the vermicelli dish with chicken, and we split the chicken and the fish, which was perfect because it would have been way too much shrimp for me, because I decided that, you know what, even though the shrimp is decent, it's not as good as the chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a good learning experience too. And then we made our way back down.
Wow, there's a spot up here.
We made our way back down to the Garden District, and we went out to dinner. Did we go to dinner? We must have. Oh yeah, we went out for like a late dinner because we weren't that hungry after because the vermicelli dinner was at like 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to this place called, it was just called, I think, the Rum House. It was like kind of a tiki bar type, so they did a lot of Caribbean drinks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wanted a hurricane, which is like one of New Orleans' drinks, but that bar didn't have one. So I was like, oh, let's go to
Well, this is New Orleans. Is that what you told them? This
No.
is New Orleans. You're supposed to have them.
No. So we went back, so I was like, oh, but this restaurant next door has hurricanes, so I'm gonna go get one there. Only it was their version of a hurricane, so they called it, the name, I'm gonna quote it, it was That Bitch Katrina.
Okay.
Because she was obviously a hurricane.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had their version of it, but the thing is, I forgot my ID.
I see.
So I had a couple of my friends go in for me, and I'm like, hey, because New Orleans has an open container law, so you don't have to be in a bar to drink. So I was like, just bring it back to this other restaurant and I'll drink it here. It'll be fine. But then, so they got the drink for me, and they didn't even ask for IDs. Whereas the Rum House place, they did ask for IDs. So, because I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go then.
Right.
Or, I'm glad I didn't order it. But then those two friends came back, and then the one friend, she's like, actually, do you want to come with me? Turns out another of our friends forgot his ID.
Okay.
So the two of us plus the friend who got me the drink, we all went back to the house, and the house was like half a mile away, so it took a while. But we all went back to the house so that we could all get our IDs. But I didn't really need it again for the rest of the night.
But that way you had it.
Because back at the Rum House, after I finished my hurricane, I had a mojito, but they didn't ask for IDs at that point because they're like, oh, everyone else here is over 21, so they assumed I was too, I'm guessing. And they're like, oh, she doesn't look as young as that other girl, and we ID'd her, and she was fine, so. So the hurricane is extremely fruity, and I don't think I will ever get it again.
Okay.
But now I know. So hurricane has rum, and it's got, I think orange juice, pineapple juice, and a couple other things. But
That sounds pretty good.
yeah, and I mean, it was good. It was just really sweet. The mojito was sweet too, but I liked the mojito better. So that was basically the end of that day. And then the third day, our final day, we booked a walking tour. It was one that that podcast had recommended.
Mm-hmm.
And I even told people, the first day when I was booking, I'm like, now you guys don't have to come. I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. But everybody came, and
and that's fine.
It is.
But then you're a huge tour group. Is that your complaint?
No.
No.
No, because the thing is, there was another group of 7 on our tour.
Okay.
So there was just 2 groups of 7, so it was 14 of us. Which, I didn't think was too big. But then, so the thing is, when we were all kind of talking about the things we liked and, so a couple people picked the tour as their favorite thing, which made me feel good. But then, I was talking to one of my other friends, and she's like, yeah, I didn't really care for it. And I'm like, well, I was just thinking, well, you didn't have to come.
Well,
Nobody had to come.
Well, yeah, but, she wasn't going to know. She wasn't going to like it.
No, that's true.
Well, I will say one tour because it kind of goes hand in hand, museums / tours, I guess.
Yeah.
Because one tour I did that I thought was, I keep messing with that jump, that I thought was really cool was in Seattle. They have their underground tour.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it because they talk about the history of Seattle because the city used to be 1 story below.
Oh, that's interesting.
But then they built the city up, and it's just a really interesting thing. So if anyone ever goes to Seattle, I would recommend that tour. Even though like I'm not a huge tour person.
Yeah. Well, I'm not either.
Yeah.
But this, I was like, well, New Orleans is such a historic city. You know, like it's been around forever. Like I feel like I want a tour.
Yeah.
And granted, our tour guide, like I liked her, but she wasn't maybe as engaging as some other tour guides that you could potentially have. But I thought overall she did a good job. And when she didn't know the answer to a question, she was pretty quick to say like, you know, I don't know, and not like pretend and give an answer.
Yeah.
But like it was cool because we got like a little bit of the history of New Orleans.
Oh, God.
What happened there?
Like you see that wind?
Oh.
So like a...
I see.
I wasn't expecting it. All right. So I guess if I just jump, it'll take care of me? Nope.
I thought it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I enjoyed the tour. But I mean, as I said with my watching the geese answer, it was not my favorite thing.
Well, yes.
But I still
you like the
liked
bayou,
it.
you know, like
Yeah.
I think you would have enjoyed a swamp tour. Or,
Well,
you know, boat ride.
Yeah, see, I think I would have too. The one girl who went to school in New Orleans, she said that the swamp tours generally don't smell very good.
Well, I wouldn't think so. It's a swamp.
Yeah.
I've been in, you know, enough wetlands to know.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe if I ever go back, I'll do a swamp tour. Yeah, so we did a walking tour that morning, and I actually had a really good cup of coffee. Because New Orleans is really big into their coffee.
Did you say you had a really good cup of coffee?
I did. But
you're becoming a coffee person?
No, not really, because it was a mocha.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, because
that's the first step.
I talked to the barista because I'm like, because I asked her about the mocha, I asked her about the espresso mocha and the mocha latte. I'm like, what is the difference between these three? Because to me, they all sound the same. And she said that the coffee mocha is the least sweet. It has, and it's also not as strong caffeine-wise. So I'm like, okay, I'll go with that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was really good. And she even put in, because since I asked for it to not be sweet, she put in a little less of the chocolate than what is typical. But I thought it was perfect. I'm like, wow, this drink is so good. And I was drinking that on the walking tour. So then after that, we went back to the French Quarter.
I mean, that's okay. I saved because I'm like, this is getting old, having to redo everything every time.
But we walked back to we went to the French Quarter again, and we walked into the French Market again, and that's when I got the crepe.
Okay.
So I feel like we had eaten somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, so we ate at this restaurant for lunch. And it's one of those where, like, there was live music playing.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, it was one of
so
those...
loud, right?
Well, it was. It was also one of those live music places where, like, they're trying to really engage you, you know, and, like, participate with the audience.
Oh, no.
And don't we get the table that's right in front of them.
Oh, no.
And so, at one point, like, I accidentally made eye contact with him.
Nope.
And... So, you know the song that goes like, ride, Sally, ride? You know that one?
I don't know.
No, the thing is, I didn't recognize it. Like, he started singing it. I'm like, what the heck is this song?
And he's like, sing along.
And he's like, you're going to have to sing. And I'm like, I don't know this song. I can't possibly sing along. Only he changed the lyrics to be Ride, Stacy, Ride.
Oh, man.
So, like, after the first
everybody
time.
knows your name.
So, like, after the first time, I was like, oh, like, whatever. I'm like, now I know what song this is. And so, but I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And then there's another time that he came up, like, right next to one of my friends and was like, or no, he wasn't singing. He was, like, playing this, like, weird electric clarinet in her ear.
Oh, man.
So that was kind of weird, too. And then he asked where we were from, and then one of my friends was like, we're from all over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my friend's from all over. Like, yeah, we are from all over. But yeah, so that was our semi-traumatic lunch experience. But that's where we had the crawfish.
I see. So it wasn't all a loss.
It wasn't all a loss, but our waitress was horrible. Besides the fact
she taught you how to
that
do
was the
crawfish.
only good thing she did. She never checked up on us, and then when we were ready for the check, she like,
thank you for following.
Thank you for following. then yeah, so she never checked up on us, and then when we were ready for the check and we were ready to pay, like she was nowhere to be found. I even like went around the restaurant looking for her.
That's bad.
Yeah. So I talked to the bartender. I'm like, hey, can we just get our bill? We want to like we're ready to go.
Gosh,
We've been here for a long time, and I'm like I have no idea where our waitress went. Unfortunately, since we were LOL boss says hi.
Hello.
Hi, LOL. Sorry, I'm ranting about some poor service.
Just so you know, I don't know if you're new here, but we are on, is this day 5 now of Ori?
I don't know.
It's been a while.
5 or 6 of Ori.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what made me mad, so I paid the whole bill,
Yeah.
just because I'm like, this way we can get out fast.
Yeah.
Then
your friends didn't pay you back.
No, they did pay me back. LOL is, are we thinking about getting the new Ori?
I didn't even know there was going to be
I
a new
didn't know there was a
Ori.
new Ori either. Maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. Try jumping off now.
I mean, I feel like it, like jumping
I
off
wonder
and then
if
going
it'll-
to the
yeah.
left. I was starting to go that way.
Yeah, I think it was working.
I just got too close to that other thing.
And it's technically my turn, but I can keep
Oh.
talking.
I mean, whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, but so I was gonna say what made me mad is that since we were a group of 7 or 6 at that point, we were like, we had to do the 18% gratuity.
Okay.
And I was so mad because I mean,
I feel like I always do 20% anyways.
no, this girl was terrible.
Well, I know you said
she
you
did
couldn't
not.
find her.
She did not deserve that good of a tip. Like I would have. Like it's not like I wouldn't have given her anything. I would have probably. I would have maybe given her like 10%, which is still a bad tip.
I would
but-
still give. I don't care how bad the service is. I would just give 20%.
It was so bad. It was so.
Because you know, being a server, that's
I know-
not a great. You know,
No, I know,
Some
but
people
she
I'm sure
was-
like it, but
Oh, I see.
we just busted tables one summer, and
How do I pick this thing
I
up?
hated it. You have to use the trigger. Wrong trigger. That's the dashing trigger.
Okay.
But yeah, so I always give a full 20% tip.
No, but she was so bad. Like
Bad.
MIA bad.
Yeah. There's only one time I think where I gave a lower tip because I was eating something really spicy and I like needed water. I finished all my water and I really desperately needed a refill. And I never got a refill the whole time I was there.
I see.
That was the
Yeah.
only time I think I gave like a worse tip than normal. Because I was dying.
Yeah. Well, so I maybe I would have done 15. I would have done something less than 18%.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy cow, that's a ton. But then we went to the French market, got the crepes. We also bought all the pralines then, only they pronounce them pralines in New Orleans.
Okay.
So we got our pralines. Oh, this part's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So we got our pralines, we got our crepes, and then we were all kind of tired because our other 2 days were pretty full of walking and stuff.
Yeah.
So we went back to the Airbnb. Oh, we also watched Princess and the Frog one night.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, we've seen that, we've seen that.
No, I don't think we have double jump while we're carrying it.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Yeah. This part, it's more like I just don't know what we do when we get to that.
I think what I said was right.
I mean, I believe it. We just have to do it right.
I'm gonna save here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
How do I save? Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we watched Princess and the Frog,
Mm-hmm.
and we also watched Space Jam one night.
Okay, that's
Uh,
fun.
Yeah. So we watched Space Jam. And, but that third night, a couple of my friends and I were like, oh, well, we still feel like doing something instead of just, like, sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
So the three of us, we went to a different, actually, it was the same restaurant where they got my hurricane drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which way I'm supposed to go.
I think any way is right.
Well, but what if there was some kind of hidden treasure over the way we just came?
I think it's okay. You're just saying you want to go to the right?
Yeah.
Well, jump not that way. Go to the top of it. Wrong. Why is that wrong? That's why it's wrong. Okay. So I saw it ahead of time. Okay. Oops, but I understand how this whole gravity thing works now.
Yeah, so we went to the place where we got the hurricane, and I got this drink. It was so good. It was called, I mean, it's not gonna mean anything, but it's called the Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
So it was a gin-based drink, and it had, and it had simple syrup in it.
You might be stuck here.
Yeah. So it had gin, it had
Simple syrup,
and it had cucumber and grapefruit. But it was like really good.
Okay.
So I was pretty happy with that. Darn it.
So what was the weather like when you were there?
Oh wait, I'm not done telling my story.
Oh, okay. You had the Jimi Hendrix.
No, so the three of us went and got yeah, maybe you should play so I can continue my story.
Fine.
So we split 3 hors d'oeuvre type things, and we all got drinks. So so I got this Jimi Hendrix. My friend got it was similar to a mint julep, only it had like some kind of like apricot preserves or something. So which way do you think? Okay, you're gonna go that way.
I mean, yeah, you want to try going this way?
It hasn't got to the gravity yet. In the new one, or in this one?
Well, no, I had said, oh, I understand the gravity now, but I think they're saying we haven't even gotten to the gravity yet.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta, we're gonna have to come this way eventually, but we're not ready yet.
Okay. Oh, LOL is saying we should save.
Oh, yeah? Can I save here? No. We can't save. We don't have enough
we
blue.
don't. Yeah, we don't.
That's fine. We'll get there eventually. Is that a thing right there? Is that a blue?
Yeah.
That's a blue crystal that we'll get. Now we can save.
Yeah. So I was afraid of that. Oh, I guess it's
No, yeah. I had thought about it before. Trying to be careful about these things.
Yeah, LOL is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one friend got a mint julep-y inspired drink, and then our other friend got, his was really fruity.
How am I supposed to make this jump?
Maybe you can drop the thing mid-jump.
Or maybe I was supposed to go to the ceiling, you know, I
Yeah.
could have gone anyway.
Okay.
I didn't really think that one through.
So the appetizers we got a Mediterranean plate that had like hummus and Mediterranean vegetables and pita wedges. That was really good. We got that oyster bake thing that I said I didn't like, and then we got, what was that other thing?
I just gotta do the jump better.
I think drop it midair.
Can I do that?
I think, why not?
Nope, I can't do that. I'll think about this. Yeah, a few trial and error. We'll get it.
What was that other thing? It's something.
Darn
no.
it.
For some reason, I want to say it was like mac and cheese bites, but it wasn't.
I mean, I love mac and cheese
But
bites.
it was something similar. Gosh, that's gonna kill me that I can't think of what it was. It was good, whatever it was. Are you sure we can't go that other way?
Yeah, there's a door there.
And we can't open the door? Because sometimes you just have to press a button a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I should try it. I'll try that. Darn it.
Okay, so now I'm done with my story.
Oh, okay. So did you want to take control?
So, I'm going to look up what that was, because it's going to drive me crazy. So I have it written down. I just need to get to the bottom of it. It was...
That's not really what I wanted to do.
Oh, they were crab and corn fritters.
Okay, yeah, we definitely can't go through this door.
Okay.
But now we know.
But the crab and corn fritters were really good. So now I'm done with my story. I can
Okay.
pick up
Open
again.
the map. LOL says.
How do we... Oh. I'm really bad at remembering what we need to do.
Yeah.
What are those?
Oh, we missed them. Those are the pieces we're looking for to open the door. Hey, you know, I was focused on survival. I did it. Yeah, so that was my bad.
That's okay. I appreciate your trying to help us survive.
So,
why aren't you...
as far as New Orleans goes, how was the weather?
Oh, so the weather was surprisingly chilly.
Open that thing to the left. What thing to the left? I don't know. We gotta get these puzzle pieces, though. I know they're not puzzle pieces.
We already have 3 puzzle pieces. I don't see why we need more.
No, they're different. See on the top right?
Oh,
That's what these pieces are.
okay. I don't know why I was doing this all, you know, using
The way
this
they want
stupid
you to
thing.
do it?
Yeah. If I'm going backwards, I can do it
Yeah.
my way. Oops. Okay, I guess I gotta be careful.
Yeah. They said now go to where we saved the game.
So I shouldn't be going backwards? Oh, I already passed them. Oh, it's because it's up there.
That's the first one. Yeah, how do we even get up there?
Maybe we get a super jump.
No, I was thinking maybe I killed something that was here, but I would think it would come back by now. So I don't know. Alright, so open the thing to the left, LOL says. I'm not sure. Well, go back to the map. So I think they just want us to go to the left, like this, you know.
Yeah.
Which we tried to do, but we can't make that jump. I mean, I think we can. I just do a really bad job with
Yeah, I was gonna say,
implementing it.
watch me. Oops. Oh, that's what we could do.
Yeah, it worked. For a little while.
No, I have a solution for next time,
Okay.
in case I miss that jump again.
We're just trying to go left. So you have a plan?
Maybe.
That worked so well.
That wasn't really my plan, but
it worked.
I'm glad it worked
Better
out.
save.
Oh, you think save?
Or, you know, go here first, get our power up.
Oh, we can save here.
Or warp, but we'll save.
Well, why would we wait? Why would we
And
do
look,
that?
we're all full on health and bombs.
Mm-hmm. How come sometimes I can't pick this thing up?
Well, that happens to me too. I don't know. I think it like takes one click to get it to stop floating around you, and then another
Okay.
click to pick it up. Well, so while you were gone in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
so over the past week, I haven't had a car because my car was in the shop because I got hit by another car. It's like a super minor accident, but the repairs still cost like a lot. Anyway, so I didn't have a car, so then I was taking the bus home, and that was an adventure because I've never taken the bus. So that was kind of fun. It wasn't so bad. It just kind of takes extra time. That was my main complaint. Then also you have to pay $2 per trip, which
It's got an ability point.
all right. Let's see if we can use it. Well, it's gonna just make you save.
I guess I can save.
So I took the bus, and anytime I wanted to go somewhere that wasn't like coming
Do you
back.
do that all weekend?
Well, I mean, I didn't have to go to work over the weekend, so no, I didn't take the bus over the weekend.
But okay. Well,
it was on Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
I took the bus home from work because then my husband would drop me off in the mornings because it's only like 10 minutes away.
I want your opinion. What do you want to do?
Create a Soul Link. Okay. You know, I think for us, the health
The blue one?
seems to be the most important.
I was thinking that too, but I wanted your input.
Yeah. So,
Maybe I should save again since I just did that.
nah, it's fine. Well,
I'm
maybe.
going to.
Yeah, we've got the, yeah, it's fine. But, and then, so I finally got my car back today. It was like a long process. It was much nicer when Rice could just drive me home. Because again, taking the bus not so bad, but takes extra time, takes $2 each trip, so it adds up. And it's more like I just don't have cash on hand. And I think you can download an app, but I just didn't feel like it, so
Did you know that you don't have to hold R?
yes. Sorry, I guess I should have told you that.
Okay.
And other things I did while you were gone. On Friday, there was a like community shared agriculture, like a CSA, like farm share event. Kind of in my neighborhood. So like there were all these farms from like the surrounding like area.
I think you mentioned you were gonna do that.
Yeah, so I went there. There were so many people there. It was so crowded. And then they actually had like free beer you could get. And I was like, well, beer's not my thing, so I didn't have any. But so I went around and I talked to a bunch of farmers, and I signed up for a couple of the shares.
Oh, really?
But since then, I've since canceled them. And I'll explain why. So the first one was a vegetable share that I had told you about where they used like old school like native vegetables so that you don't require, it doesn't require as much like tilling the soil, and it also doesn't require pesticides. So I signed up for that one because I'm like, this is so cool. These like vegetables are kind of like archaic looking, and they just seemed fun. But so the downside is that, you know, I'm going on vacation, and I'd only be getting 10, I guess, like, I'm gonna call them baskets of Hold X. It's cool. Oh yeah, for the bomb.
Oh, yeah. So doesn't that use up one of the,
Yeah, it uses up one of our blue things. It actually might use up half now. Did we like upgrade it so it costs half as much or something? I don't know. So yeah, I signed up for the vegetable thing, but since there's only 10 deliveries for that one, and I was gonna be missing one of them, I was like, you know, it's kind of expensive as it is, and missing one, because I was like, is there any way I could get it late, like stop by the farm and pick up my share? And she said no. So I was like, okay. Then I was like, I guess I won't do this one.
Should I save?
Probably.
I just don't know. Heaven's Fury's hosting us. Thank you,
Oh,
Heaven's
thank you,
Fury.
Heaven's Fury.
I'm gonna save.
Okay.
Just because. I just don't know if I'm supposed to, like, dash.
You could try it. I mean, at the very least, you just
parachute.
saved, so who cares if you die, you know?
Wow, this is a
Wow.
really long thing.
It is.
Oh, duh.
What? Oh, yeah, that is a duh. How are you doing, Heaven's Fury? Whew.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so I canceled my vegetables one.
Good thing I saved, though, right?
Yeah. And then the other one I had signed up for, I was really excited about, but then I canceled it, and I will explain why. So the second one, the farmer produces just meat and like raw milk. And so, and the thing with me, so I'm trying so hard to reduce my amount of like plastic waste. It's like a little goal of mine for the year. And so they have like, you know, they give you a glass jug of milk, and then you return it each week, and then you get a new one. And so I was like, this is perfect. And also I like that, you know, I'm supporting a local dairy farmer. It was definitely more expensive than the grocery store milk.
So what would it cost you for...
I think they said it was about $5 per half gallon.
Okay, that's what
It's
I
still
paid.
organic milk, but it was
That's
raw.
what I paid at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Only it wasn't raw.
Yeah.
It was like a low heat pasteurized.
And so, but then I was concerned because I'm like, okay,
Oops.
well, first of all, I don't drink that much milk, so to be getting a half gallon every week might be too much for me. I was like, well, Argus drinks milk. But then I was like, oh, but it's raw milk, so it's not pasteurized. I'm like, it might not be safe. So then I asked the farmer about it, and I was like, you know, what's your opinion on like this and stuff? And so he was saying that, he was saying in general, like, of course, like, raw milk gets a bad rap. because
Is it raw milk from cows?
Yeah.
Because I've heard that raw milk from goats is
better.
I'm gonna just kill myself because I didn't want to fall.
Okay.
Well, because from what I've heard, raw milk is dangerous if the raw milk gets contaminated with like manure. You know.
Well, yeah.
But from what I've heard, it's a lot easier to contaminate cow's raw milk than goat's cow milk. Or
goat's milk.
Goat's cow
gotcha.
milk.
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, raw goat's milk. Darn it.
Yeah.
Raw goat's milk is the better option.
Okay. Well, so this was raw cow's milk, and so he said like it depends on how sanitary like the farm is, and he's been doing these raw milk shares for
Ogre
like.
is also hosting
Oh,
us.
thank you, Ogre.
Thanks, Ogre.
I hope you're doing well, Ogre.
Why can't I do that jump? This is so annoying.
So I decided, because he said it depends on like how clean the facility is. He's been doing these raw milk shares for 10 years and nobody's ever gotten sick. His, kids drink the raw milk and everything's fine. But he said if you have a weakened immune system, then it's not good. And so while that's fine for me, I was like, well, granted, I was like, if I can't drink up all this milk, then Argus would drink it. But since Argus has Crohn's, the shots he takes weakens his immune system. So
I see.
I was like, okay.
Ogre says,
that's
hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello is how they say it in Netherlands, too. Hello.
Oh, hello.
I don't know if that's actually how they say it in Sweden.
I'm loving the unicorn, though, Ogre. I'm surprised you didn't say hello grills. I feel like that's the usual. Or hey grills.
Yeah, that's the usual. Okay, I'm going to save.
So I've canceled both of those shares. That was my experience with going. But I did sign up for one where it's a very flexible system where pretty much I just show up at the farmer's market and buy what I want and it goes to like my bill, which I've already paid my bill, but it just goes to that.
That was the one that I thought you were saying you were doing.
No, because they didn't go to this farm share event. So, and Little Boss throws out a hype.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for the hype. And
Thank
Ogre
you.
says, "No, I forgot to say hey girls." You can make it.
I know.
Look at that.
Yeah, but that's the
Yeah. Now, why did we have to come down here?
Because there was
There's a switch or something?
There was something.
Okay. So that was one thing I did. I also tried to go to a town meet. It wasn't really a town meeting, but it was like a meeting for a project that they're going to be doing locally on one of the roads because they're going to try to make it more pedestrian friendly.
Ha, did you see that?
I did.
It was genius.
So I wanted to go to the meeting, but then we had a lot of snow that day, so it actually got canceled, but I didn't know about it. So I was walking around like trying to break into the building, first of all, because like I didn't see anywhere that it was canceled. And then I felt pretty stupid. Because like there were other people that looked like maybe they were trying to get in, but maybe they actually belonged there. I don't know. We have double jump, but I thought you meant like while we're holding the orb.
Yeah, with the orb you can't do anything.
We can double jump.
Darn it. This is not working.
Yeah. We don't have them all yet. Because the two are down there, remember?
Yeah, but duh. We have this thing.
What do you mean this thing?
This orb
Yeah.
that makes it so that we can walk on ceilings.
Yeah.
That's how we get it. Oops.
Careful.
Oops, I didn't realize. Well, it's okay. I didn't do anything.
Ogre's asking if we're stocking up foods now for Corona. No, I read a thing that like, we should be doing that and have like a supply of food. I mean, like I have some chicken noodle soup always in the cupboard.
I always have food.
I feel like our fridge lately it's been pretty empty. It's like
It's just
we
a
only
matter-
buy foods for the meals we're making.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But-
you guys hardly have anything in stock.
But we do have we
we
got
could've-
a couple
we could've-
cans of soup.
We could have gotten that way long ago.
But maybe I should stock up on things. You're right. I'll buy some more soup at the grocery store when I go. But the thing is, like, I don't know. Like, I know coronavirus is serious, but, like...
Doesn't feel serious.
I mean, I feel like until I know someone that has it, then it won't, like, hit me how serious it is. But, I mean, it also just kind of seems like a regular, like, any old virus
Like
that
the cold and
happens
flu?
during the winter. My hope is that it goes away once
Before you go to Japan?
yeah, well, I'm hoping it's like a winter thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's very possible that in the summertime it like won't even be an issue, but we have to kind of just wait and see.
Because I've heard with the
LOL
whole
will
winter.
be back in a couple minutes.
Okay. The thing with the winter is that I needed to stay up there. The thing with the winter is that, or in the summer, is that there's more moisture in the air, which makes it so that if you do cough or sneeze,
It like gets absorbed in the
not that it gets absorbed, but
the
it's
vapor like takes it in. And,
yeah,
I see.
atmospheric conditions.
Yeah. Ogre says that he had some extra cookies and chocolate, but ended up eating it all in a couple of days. Hey, you know, that kind of thing happens. You know what? We actually had, at work, we celebrated Pi Day like 2 weeks early.
We did.
So we just had it yesterday? Yeah, it was just yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So, yeah, so there were maybe like, how many pies do you think? Maybe like 20 pies? Maybe more?
Maybe. I would say more.
Maybe, I'm gonna say 25 to 30 pies. I brought a pie. It was a...
Oh, duh.
What?
I need to die.
Okay. I brought
I forgot to
in-
pick up the puzzle piece.
I brought in a triple chocolate mousse pie. Or not mousse, a triple chocolate like silk or a cream pie. And then...
I've been telling everyone it was a moose.
I mean, it was kind of... I don't know what the difference is between all these words. But people told me it was good. I was disappointed when I made it because any like little bits of scraps that I was like, I'm gonna just add it to like my little sampler kind of thing so I could get a feel for what it would taste like for other people. I thought like, because I had done a layer of a dark chocolate ganache at the bottom, like just above the crust. And then there's a milk chocolate layer and then a white chocolate layer. And I just thought that ganache was like too...
Ganache. Isn't it ganache?
Is it ganache? I don't know. I'm gonna keep calling it ganache.
I've always said ganache. Dang it.
I don't think you can kill those. In case
Well,
that's what you're trying to do.
I realized.
But anyways, I feel like
Maybe you've been watching too much Great British Baking Show.
Is that how they say it in the Great British
I
Baking
don't
Show?
know.
I don't know either. But I just feel like it was too overpowering to the rest of the pie, and the texture was too different from the cream layers. So I was disappointed, but like the one woman who I know had it and liked it, she loves chocolate. So mine was only like one of the only pies that was just a chocolate pie.
Oh, really?
Because there was another chocolate cream pie where it was just, you know, like a chocolate and then like a whipped cream on top.
It seemed like there were
I
a
think
lot.
that was it. There were a lot of peanut butter pies.
Yes, because I was judging.
Yeah, she got to be a judge. I didn't get to judge ever.
Well, it's because my boss has connections.
I see.
So, yeah, so I got, I got down there pretty early, and they had pies already assigned for me. So I just had to show up and eat the pies. So my first pie was a pumpkin cheesecake, which...
It won one of the prizes.
Did it?
It did, yeah.
What did it win?
It won the best custard pie.
Maybe all the other
Grace judged it, and she was not in favor of it.
Yeah, maybe all the other custard pies were terrible. I mean, not that the pumpkin one was bad. Oops. I don't remember when I saved. Yeah, not ideal.
We got the piece, though.
I did. But yeah, so the pumpkin cheesecake, it tasted like it had a store-bought crust, which, you know, isn't a terrible thing. But the cheesecake and pumpkin itself, the filling was fine. The pumpkin had a little bit of like a film on top, so
yeah,
I'm like, well, it could have been better. But that was my experience with the pumpkin one.
Yeah. And Disrankloforum 53 Mia. I'm gonna just say Mia. Okay, so Mia, it says it's a pleasure to meet you. They watch our Twitch channel, Twitching and Ori and the Blind Forest, and they really like it. You know, we're actually pretty horrible at all the games we play. But I'm just glad people like to come in and watch.
Yeah, me too, because I'm just always surprised that we get people.
Okay.
Just because we talk about food a lot and just about our lives. Whatever.
And yeah, and travel. And they say, good job. They're about to do a custom overlay for our channel.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And LOL Boss is back.
Welcome back.
You know what?
Oh, I was gonna tell you about the banana cream, but you can talk about whatever you're gonna talk about.
So I was going to say, well, just LOL Boss saying I'm back. So probably no one will like get this reference I'm about to say, but so my husband and his college suitemates, they really like they like Arnold Schwarzenegger, kind of to, like, make fun of him, but they do actually like him. And so there's like a few YouTube videos that just show quotes of Arnold Schwarzenegger from a variety of different movies. And so, you know, of course, there's his "I'll be back" line. And so they say that a few different times, like when it's appeared in other movies. And then the next clip is "I'm back." It's funny, but I haven't even seen most of those movies, but my husband has. So
I've seen a few.
Yeah. But it's a little much because I think it's like a 15-minute clip or something, YouTube like video. So it's kind of long and like, but just that sequence of I'll be back, and then I'm back. That's what it made me think of. Okay, now talk about your banana cream pie.
Okay, so I tasted. Okay. First, I'll say I didn't make a pie because I had just gotten back from my trip.
Because you went to New Orleans over the weekend.
Yeah, and I didn't have time to make a pie, so I just decided not to. But so I was judging, and I already told you about the pumpkin cheesecake. And then I was tasting 2 banana cream pies. And so one of the banana cream pies had a really good crust. Like, it was just really good. Homemade graham cracker crust. The other crust was not so good, but the one with the bad crust had an amazing filling. So that one I rated really well, and then the other one I didn't because the filling... I was just like so disappointed. I didn't know a banana cream pie could be so bad.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's so sad.
Because basically, they it tasted like they took like banana pudding because it tasted like a really artificial banana flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it almost reminded me of like those frozen peanut butter pies. You always say
you mean like the one that our mom used to make?
Yeah,
yeah.
But kind of like that, only banana. And like,
I really like the peanut butter pie.
No, but this one was also just like not good.
Okay.
Because it was too artificial of a banana taste.
Okay.
There, finally got through the door. I've got hardly any life, but
and LOL says that they need to go eat, so they'll see us later. And no, we won't stream tomorrow. We actually only stream once a week. So Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Yeah. So we only come once a week. It's a little sad for people, but
it's a lot of time. And we're busy.
No, I'm always like, yeah, we like to do, we treat our like free time very I don't know. They say okay. We just very much value our free time. But then I say that, I'm like, other streamers I'm sure also value their free time, and they stream like every day or like 3 times a week or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. And also part of it is because Rice doesn't live here with me, so then like, for her to come over here twice or more a week would be just kind of a lot. So
I have no idea what that thing does. I thought it was...
Did you press the... Oh, it just says that because of the thing. Did you hold it while you were down there?
No.
Yeah, try holding it, because maybe you'll, like, place it on there or something.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, like, walk towards it. Oh, you are doing something.
I couldn't tell if I was doing something. Wow, this looks kind of scary, doesn't it?
Well, it's a bridge now.
A little boss has some pipes for us.
Yeah.
Look at what they did.
That's pretty cool.
Or look what it did.
Yeah.
Our little spider friend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are all his friends dead? Are they frozen?
Yeah, they look like they're frozen. That's sad.
Yeah. Maybe he was just trying to help them before.
Yeah, because they stole something from us. I don't remember what they stole, but
what
clearly I'm not too hurt by it. But
the game saved for us.
That's nice. You know, another thing I did while you were gone, on Friday night, because I always eat popcorn on Friday nights. It's kind of my thing. And
Oh, we're gonna see all the Frozen guys. Who's Kumo?
I don't know.
I guess we should probably.
Kumo might be
know.
the other guy, you know, the one that's like this. All their friends are dead. The one we just saw like a second ago.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's Gumo. Well, so I watched Toy Story 3 because me and Argus is my husband. We've been going through and because we haven't watched Toy Story 4 yet because we were like, well, we should watch the first 3 first.
Yeah, I haven't seen Toy Story 4.
So
either.
we rewatched 1, 2, and 3. We watched 1 and 2 like over the summer or something. It feels like ages ago. Ah! And so we watched Toy Story 3 yesterday. And you know what? After watching it, like, maybe I'm just, like, heartless. Because I know when I saw it in theaters, I was, like, on the verge of tears, like, twice with the movie. And then this time when I watched it, like, no emotion. I was totally fine.
They're like, whatever, these toys are gonna die.
And so after watching it, I was like, you know, maybe Toy Story 1 is my favorite.
Of all of the Toy Stories?
Yeah, because once Toy Story 3 came out, I was like, that's it. Toy Story 3 is the best. But now I'm kind of like, you know... Buzz doesn't get to be Buzz like most of the movie because
That's true. He's like
possessed. Yeah. So I'm like, you know, I kind of like the first one best. The second one, like everyone knows, that's the worst one. I'm not a fan of that one. It's not like it's even that bad. It's just
we're listening to Sign. These ruins are all that is left of the Guman, reminding us of their fate. Losing the ones that he loved, Gumo is the last of his kind. Ori, we shall bring back the light. For Nibel and the memory of the Guman, let us restore the element of wind.
Let's do it!
Ooh, look, all those spiky things are away.
Yeah.
And, gosh, what's going on? Hopefully I don't have to run for my life like the one time.
Moved by their words, he decided to act. Who decided to act? This guy?
Yeah.
Gumo?
Oh, Kumo. I'm gonna have to run for my life.
Maybe he can just fly like this. That's not so bad. Way easier. Oh, well, you gotta watch out for that water, I guess. Somehow. I think you're supposed to go right.
Man, how did I know?
How is it always that Rice gets these parts?
There's no way to block this.
You need a bomb. I think you can break through the... Or, no, it broke through the... Oh, got with that. Got a dash.
How are you supposed to do this?
And it's the same music, too. Now, I want to say your brother likes to listen to the soundtrack. I mean, it's a good one.
I was trying a different technique.
Okay. Well, no, I liked what you were doing to avoid the water. Yeah, so we watched Toy Story 3. I'm going to continue talking. And then after we watched Toy Story 3, we saw on Netflix there's like the Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back movie.
I saw that.
But it's like, you know, CG. So we watched it. And you know what? It's like shot for shot remake, but CG.
Is it?
Yeah. And so, because I was like, they must be changing something. And so
was it as sad as you remember?
Well, no, because I feel like because I feel like the cartoon portrayed the emotion better. Maybe I was heartless on Friday. I don't know, but the popcorn salt, you know, dried up all my tears or something. But
this isn't breaking.
Did you try the bomb?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So if you want to watch a remake, because I can't put it on because I was like, well, I might fall asleep during it. So I was like, I won't care if I miss it because I've already seen it. But it's kind of fun. I will say the Pokemon do look pretty sweet. It's open.
Oh. Ori.
Where did he go? Dash.
mean, I don't know when I started playing, but maybe it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, I think it probably was my turn.
Well, let me just finish this now.
Okay.
So I know I started late.
Yeah. Oh, also, you know what? Okay. I have some more things to talk about. I forgot.
I don't know what I'm... Oh. Okay, here you go. Good luck.
Thanks. I went out to breakfast on Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went to this place where they have really fun pancakes.
Oh,
So, like,
that sounds fun.
I got s'mores pancakes.
Oh, wow.
But
How was it?
they were actually like way too sweet. At the end, I was like really struggling to finish them.
Oh,
Like,
that's kind of how I feel about almost any pancake these days.
yeah. But it was really good though, and I would like to try some of their other pancakes. But then also we went.
You could go... Did Argus go with you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if he was up for sharing, I know Mr. Rice doesn't like to share.
Oh, Argus shares.
But
He's pretty good about it.
Because one of you could get something savory and then one could get the pancakes and then you could split.
Yeah. Well, because that's what we ended up doing. So I got a meal that was like, what am I supposed to do here? Did you ever figure it out?
No, you have to wait for those things to fall.
I
You have to avoid them somehow.
Okay. I probably took it back down to that like space I was sheltered.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I got a thing that was like, you know, it came with 2 eggs, some potatoes, and then it also came with 2 pancakes. You could get the special pancakes.
Oh, I see.
So I thought it would, like the amount I
so
had
it
was
seems
really
pretty,
good.
It seems pretty balanced.
Yeah.
You know, you got your sweet, you got your savory.
Yeah. Gosh, I gotta like,
You have to let that guy just take care of it.
yeah.
Okay, and then you gotta go back up. Yeah. I would do it now.
No, I think we have to wait a little longer. So I think I have to like go up and see it, and then it triggers it.
Oh, okay. Great. Nice.
Uh-oh. I didn't see that one coming. But it looks like I'm safe over there.
Right, yeah.
So we went out to breakfast, but Argus, so he got like 3 pancakes, which was its own order, and then he also got a thing. It was like sloppy joes on top of your potatoes with the over easy eggs.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, I just had a bite of it.
Was this a fancy brunch place?
It was not expensive, so
Oh,
I
really?
wouldn't say it was like, fancy. No.
Huh.
But
Maybe I'll have to go
Yeah.
when one of my friends comes to town.
well, hey, let me know because I would totally go back.
Because the friend that I'll be staying with for the triathlon, I invited her to come here, but she needs to figure out a weekend that works for her. But she was thinking sometime in May.
Yeah, so I went out to breakfast, and then after breakfast, there was a thrift store that was like right next door to the breakfast place. Am I supposed to go down, you think? Oh,
Maybe.
There's more coming.
Yeah, I think go for it.
Yes, we went to a thrift store, and we weren't really looking for anything. Argus kind of always wants to look for video games or like video game consoles. They didn't have any. But what I found were some jigsaw puzzles.
Oh.
So, because I always look for puzzles that are more than 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying a 2,000, or am I? I ended up buying a 2,000 piece puzzle and a 1,500 piece puzzle.
Nice.
Yeah, and I really like the picture of the 1,500 piece puzzle. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to make.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would wait and then go down. But still do your little gliding thing.
Well, no, because I can't glide, because otherwise,
Oh, because then you go
I go up. Badly timed. Badly timed. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. New
Not-
territory.
Oh, well,
Okay, so maybe if you hug the left wall there.
yeah.
You're doing great.
And the only other thing I did over the weekend was I went to the next city over to see some of my college friends.
Oh, okay.
We didn't do movie fights or anything, we just kind of hung out.
Did you ever do the movie fight that you hosted?
No, well, I wasn't going to host it.
Oh.
People can't come over here.
Oh, okay.
Just because, like, I feel like my friends are pretty loud, and
Yeah.
I don't want any of my neighbors to get mad or anything. So I really like living here.
Great.
So yeah, but I was going to be like the host of it.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You can double jump.
Oh, I know. But yeah, so I have my questions. I need to figure out if I need to come up with more or not.
Okay, don't forget, you gotta hug that left wall.
I know. I just thought there was gonna be another like thing that was going up. I guess maybe there's only the one.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
Spikies.
I feel like there weren't that many spikies when I went up last time.
The left.
There's
Even a little
I know.
alcove
I'm
for
sure that's
you.
where I'm supposed to go, but somehow I thought the right looked better.
But it sounds like a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then on Sunday, I don't really think I did anything. Sometimes that's just the way Sundays go.
Well, Mr. Rice took Ripley to agility,
Oh, how'd that go?
and he actually got her to do the dog walk.
That's the thing where you go up.
Yeah, you go up, and then there's a platform, and then you go down. So it looks like a trapezoid.
Yeah.
But he said that he picked her up and set her on the down ramp.
Yeah.
So then, she walked
she
down
could
the
tell
dog
like it's
ramp.
okay.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, he said that the instructor was on the other side of the ramp, so that they were kind of blocking her in, so she couldn't fall. So they started off like that, and then
What is going on? Is this it?
I think
this
you
is
beat
the end.
it.
I kind of wanted that, but we'll keep going up.
Okay.
Just to make sure. Okay. Actually, maybe we will go back now and get that.
Maybe you should save too.
That's a good idea. I can't. But I will as soon as I can.
Okay.
Maybe right here I can. Nope. There we go.
Nice. So we don't want to do that again.
No.
Good job.
Thank you.
Hype.
Yeah. It's not letting me jump, so I'm assuming
I think
something's gonna
something's
happen.
happening.
Look, it's an egg. Is that an egg?
I think it's a rock.
It looks like an egg.
Argus has got some hypes for you.
It's an egg.
Maybe it's an owl.
Like the evil owl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, look at the owl. It's not our friend. But maybe it'll become our friend.
He just wants to feed his family.
Those eyes are so fiery.
Yeah, so he set her on top of the down ramp portion, and then she did that. And then he set her in the middle of the flat part, and then she did that part. And then eventually she did the whole thing.
Wow, that's pretty good.
But it was the lower one, but even still, I will treat that as
That's a success, yeah. I don't know. That doesn't look good. Oh no. She just left the worm there too. Uh-oh. That's so sad. But that's the one egg.
How did they die?
There's like that little smoky, the tree when it was alive.
I thought the owl was.
I think the owl is evil. Ori had learned how they perished through our light. All along, she was simply protecting her last child. Uh-oh, and we're right there in the nest. She's gonna kill us!
That's terrifying.
Yeah, at least the game just... does that trigger it? Should I just
Maybe
see what happens?
Maybe because I can see you.
I might just save, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You think she can see me in the water? I mean, we'll try it. Oh, that's not the water. Guys, that's not the water.
I think we got a dash.
I think so too. That's not the dash button. I feel so stupid for wasting the health there. Alright, so we gotta just go right?
Safe.
Nope, it's not safe.
Makes sense.
I mean, do you think I'm just supposed to keep going up? Cause I was thinking I
Zoom
must just
out.
go right.
Zoom out. Because it's supposed to have like a thing glowing, right?
Oh, for where to go.
Yeah. Press Y. Oh. Oh, but that's kind of nice to know.
Yeah, I don't know how we ever got that like far zoom out view.
Yeah.
I think we're done over here.
I feel like there's so much of the game that we haven't explored.
Yeah. Man, look at all that you did.
I didn't do it all.
Well, I think let's just try going right, you know, and then if it seems like that's wrong, then we'll go the other way. Left, that's what it's called. Well,
I think we need to go
I
left.
think we gotta go left too. Now we know. Okay. Uh-oh. So maybe we just have to get, you know, to that
Yeah.
left room, but we gotta, you know, go right.
Unless maybe you can use those lights.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot. Hey, that spider's new. That wasn't there last time.
It wasn't. Oh, there's no shelter.
I know, I was searching for it. Okay. Do you think I should try that and maybe, you know, get some shelter on the right there?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. No shelter over here. Oops. Okay.
How did that spider...
Well, because it also blocked off because I used to be able to jump up there.
Yeah.
But maybe that means I could go to the right more this time? This is just a dead end, though. Yeah, I don't see anybody out here. So, okay, we will go back this way.
Maybe you have to get the owl.
Oh,
How did that happen?
it did it on a... I mean, maybe I was just so tempting, it decided... I don't know. Hey, well, we'll try this again. Uh-oh. Ori?
Fierce owl.
I know.
Oh, so you know how you wanted me to come up with my travel categories?
Yes, sorry, I meant... That's what I did on Sunday, so I did do something.
Yeah, you did something.
Is this? That's not, you wrote that down. That's your handwriting. I don't know
It
what
is
it's
my
about.
handwriting. Oh, it's just notes for me to talk about during a stream, like, back in October. Just been sitting around your computer for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I came up with my categories. I also have 7 categories. Wouldn't you know it?
Yeah. Okay, well, forget this spider. We don't need it. But maybe we do.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, so what are your categories?
My categories. Number 1 is food.
Yes. That was also my number 1.
Number 2 is atmosphere.
Okay.
/ like feel. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Ambiance. Maybe ambiance is not the right word. Number 3 This is the last category that has 2 points. Is activities/things to do. And then these following categories are worth 1 point. That is safety, cleanliness, transportation infrastructure, and scenery.
Alright, well, I'll have to grab my book, you know, when it's my turn to go. And we can compare.
Okay.
Alright, so we decided we can't go right. We gotta go left.
Let's try and open it.
But like this sludgy guy, that's new.
Oh, the Aaron?
Oh, is that an Aaron?
Yeah. He's just waiting up there.
Man, and that's like the deadly
Can
kind.
you lead him into the green door?
Gotta guide him over here first. Nope. It was a good idea. Move back. Yeah. I don't think he was here the last time. Okay, well, how about we just try...
I think try and go through the door again. Like, try your bombs, try everything.
What else do I have, really?
Try ground pound.
I don't... Okay. I mean, it is green, so it makes you think...
Yeah, that's Aaron. And I know he's not Aaron.
I know, but he can't get over there, though. We just saw him fail. Like,
I know.
How could you even guide him to be higher up?
Nowhere to hide.
Unless, like, I have to just cut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
But I thought we established that there was nowhere to hide over there either.
Yeah, we kind of did establish that. Like, it's dark over there. You would think there's gotta be something. You know, we're gonna just try using the lights again to get up.
Yeah, it's the spider when he
No, I
shoots at
know
you.
that. I know that.
Oh.
It took me a lot longer to trigger it that one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's dark, but there's nothing we can do there.
Do we have any kind of like special item that we can use to open the door?
We've never had an item in this game besides those
We've had keys.
orbs and keys. Okay, but we haven't had any items we can just like use on the fly besides the orb.
What are these things in the top yellow, the top left?
I don't know.
I have no idea what that thing does. Come on, spider. Zapper's got some hypes for us.
All right, thanks,
Hype,
Zapper.
hype, hype. Hi, Zapper. How are you doing? We're trying to beat this evil owl here.
Yeah, before it gets us.
Yeah, we're struggling a bit.
Oh no. No, I was so close.
Yep. Oh. I have an idea.
What's the idea?
Don't let the spider break it.
Why not?
Because I think you can get the Aaron over, maybe. So, like, you...
It's a good
No.
idea.
But can you get that high with those things? I don't think you can.
We can at least try
No,
it.
you can't.
I'll try it next time.
No.
Watch me. I'm gonna try it.
You can't do it. Because there's nowhere safe to go with these things. You can't get up there fast enough, so don't even bother.
Well, that's what you think. I bet I can do it. Because, I mean, as it is, we know this doesn't work. Although, the spider, that's not at all what I want to do. Yeah, no, I think it would work.
I don't think we can get up there.
Well. Okay. So we're gonna just try going low and doing it fast. Okay. Now we're gonna try your plan.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna work though.
Never know.
I just don't think we can get up there.
Actually, you know what? I feel like we had tried that before and we can't make that.
That was what I thought.
Okay. What else can we even try? I liked that idea a lot, though. I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
Okay. We've managed to not have to have. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. We haven't ever had to look something up yet for this game.
Right.
So it would be kind of nice.
Except for that glitch.
Well,
That
doesn't count. Darn it, we were so close.
I don't know if you can make it.
I know, I feel like, because we had tried doing that jump before.
Well, because we jumped left before, and there was nowhere to hide.
What if... I just want to have to inspect the spider situation. I'm just thinking, what if we keep the spider alive? Gosh, I keep pushing the wrong trigger.
You have the spider.
No, I just thought maybe there's some other way we could get up high without having the spider there. Or, you know, like if we could just leave the spider. I thought maybe there'd be like a gap we could use. What?
I have another great idea.
Alright, let's hear it.
You need to get the spider to break that thing and then have the spider die.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're gonna go up. You're gonna get the Aaron to chase you. But then, instead of letting it go down, you're gonna use that power where you can launch yourself.
Duh, why didn't we think of that before?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good idea.
We'll see if it works.
I think it will.
I like it better than the other idea that I came up with.
Darn it! Okay, that's totally what we have to do.
Yeah. Okay, he's
Okay,
back.
I just got... Oh, he's back?
Yeah.
Darn it. I assumed I was gonna just have to die. Okay.
This is why one of us watches, so that we can
Come up with the good
come up with
ideas.
good ideas.
Okay. Whew.
It worked.
Of course it did. It was a genius plan.
Too bad we can't save.
I know. I tried. Okay. So we just gotta keep dashing until we get somewhere safe, I guess.
Go for it.
I was not expecting that.
Oh. Barely escaped from her clutches this time. It's clear now why she hunts us. Her is just protecting her child. But remember, Ori, the element of warmth is the last to ignite. Sunstone we seek, high atop Sorrow Pass. We must ride the winds, for they will show us the path.
Alright.
Wavewish says, "Hi guys, I'm driving home. I'll just be listening."
Alright, sounds
Nice.
good.
Zephyr's got some hypes for Wavewish.
Yeah. Or that we just finished it. You know, it could be either.
Could be either.
That was tough.
Did you save?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so we gotta go to that other area, which is way up there. So we gotta like teleport there.
Okay, can I play?
Yeah. Oh, look out. Okay, yeah. Let me grab my my travel book thing.
Okay, yeah. So I want to see what your categories are. I'm glad that thing is gone. Good job.
Okay. So earlier, Rice read off what she would use
But
to
it's-
like score a country.
Yeah,
like
it's a work in progress,
yeah.
I guess, because I wanted to hear what you had.
All right. So just so everybody knows, I have this like it's a passport, but it's just for countries where you write down like
And it's like a passport journal.
it's like a journal. So it like prompts you. No one can even see the writing that's on there, but that's okay. So it like prompts you. What was your first impression? Who did you go with? What were your most memorable activities? Your most memorable meals?
So are you supposed to only do it for countries or cities?
Well, so this is a country book.
Okay.
I think the person that sells these, they're like just on Amazon, but they also have like cities. They have like U.S. states if you want to do like a state book.
because I was thinking like for Portugal, I would totally like give a different score for Lisbon than Porto.
Right.
So I didn't know how you were addressing that.
Well, so I've been doing like overall, I guess.
Okay.
So the thing is, I got to a point because I have one of these for restaurants where like each time I go to a new local restaurant, I will write down like what I ate, what I liked about the restaurant, or what I didn't, or like my meal, things like that. But then I have the problem where like I pretty much like everything I eat, but I don't want to say like, oh, it's 5 out of 5 because like there's always something you can improve. So I kept rating everything 4. And so I was like, well, with the countries, I don't want to just keep rating them all the same thing. I was like, I need a system. And so for the countries, you rate them out of 10. So I kind of like started filling this out with the countries I've been to like since we were 14, I guess. And it seems like my rating system is pretty fair in my mind because of course everyone has different priorities when they travel.
Right.
So, and I included a rating scale on like my front page of this book so that like I can use it for reference in the future.
Oh, you know what? I just found one of those things where we could put the map stone in, and it didn't show us anything new. Because we had already explored it.
Right. Okay. So I said that the first thing is food. Well, there's 7 categories, first of all.
Yes, I also had 7.
Or wait, this is only 6. There's 6 categories.
I don't know. I don't know how to get this open.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I had 6 categories. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So the first one is food. It's worth 2 points. So, and
Wow, that hurt me a lot.
I was telling Race, like, I know, those guys they're tanks. So I was telling Race that for me, like, I don't do half points in this book. I only do full points. So 0 if I hate the food, 1 if it's okay, 2 if I really like it. And then I had cities as its own category.
Oh, okay.
And so I like kind of created subcategories. So like since it's worth 2 points, I was like, well, 1 point could be like the quality of the architecture and landmarks and things like that. Or another point could be like the cleanliness. Like in general, Thailand wasn't very clean. Like you could see like, you know, it's all dirty on the sidewalks, whatever. Whereas like, you know, most European countries are pretty clean. So I have cleanliness as like a sub part of cities. It's just another consideration. Like it doesn't have to be a full point.
Oh, here we can do this now.
Okay, that's nice. The next category I have is the outdoors.
What? How did that not work?
Did you just do it bad? I feel like that should have worked. But it's the same type of wall that's blocking that other one. So the outdoors is the another 2 point category.
Okay.
And I said like 1 point-ish for activities you can do outside. So like whether that's scuba diving, hiking, biking, pretty much you can do anything outside. But so I said activities and then 1 point for like scenery, like, and if the scenery was like totally amazing, maybe there's no activities outside, but just you can go outside and enjoy the scenery, like if it's that good. I can't think of anything that would be that good. Because I think in general, if the scenery is good, you're going to have outdoor activities you can do.
See, but I think, at least for mine,
Mm-hmm.
oops, darn it. Like, because I want to give a different score to the different cities that I'm
Yeah,
in.
I know, yeah.
So, like, I don't know if cities is a great category.
Well, but I feel like for you, this country book isn't the best way if you want to rate cities separately.
I see.
Because as I said, like I take everything into consideration for this book. So for the outdoors, like I'll say for example, Thailand, like I had done a scuba diving live aboard, but the rest of the time I was in Thailand, I was only in the cities. I guess in the northern part of Thailand, I did go like biking through like the hilly kind of areas. So like I did do some outdoor activities. And the scenery, like it's very tropical and it's pretty. So like, even though most of the time, like it might not be great throughout the whole country, but based on my experiences, I would give it, full points for the outdoors. So I went swimming, scuba diving, biking. So as I said, like it's very personalized for whatever you think is most important for a trip.
Right.
Because your categories are different that you came up with. The next category I have is infrastructure, which I know you also had. I have it worth 2 points. 1 point is for like actual transport. So as long as there's trains, good roads, like honestly, I feel like you'd have to have really bad infrastructure to not get 1 point.
Yeah, though I feel like South America in general,
Maybe it's not as good.
yeah. Because I've heard you have to take, like, they don't really do trains, you have to do buses.
You have to
over
do like
there.
multiple buses and stuff.
Which, like, there's nothing wrong with doing buses, but
Yeah.
it's just not quite as easy as doing trains. But also because of the mountains, you have to,
I see. So, but the other half of infrastructure is clean water. Can I drink from a tap and not worry about it?
I like that.
So, because as I said before, I'm very against like plastic, anything that's disposable. So I don't want to buy a plastic bottle of water while I'm traveling. I want to just keep refilling my reusable water bottle.
Right.
So, so the thing is, like for that one, like another, example for Thailand is I gave them 1 point because transport was fine, but the clean water, you can't drink from that tap. And then so the next 2 categories are only worth 1 point each. So one is culture, just in general. Like, is the culture different? Is it interesting?
I thought about having culture as one.
Because, like, when I was, for all the European countries I go to, they get 0 points for culture because I'm like, it's not different enough. Like, I want it to be different. I want to feel like I'm somewhere where I don't understand the culture. You know what I mean? Like, or I can understand it, but just, like, it's not part of, like, my culture. I want to go somewhere that is different. And then the last one is climate.
Deso says ouch.
Ouch. For culture?
Probably.
Probably. Or maybe also for climate. Sweden, I don't think would be great for either culture or climate. But I'm sure your infrastructure, the outdoors, cities, and food. I don't actually know about food in Sweden, but the other categories I feel like sound like they'll be good. So far, actually, and I feel bad about this because I think maybe my experiences from when I was younger are a little clouded because it's very much based on my 14-year-old self.
Oh, I can't just teleport to...
Oh, I thought we could.
No.
I guess we just have to forge a new way. Because maybe now that we can ride the air.
Yeah, I mean, and I was riding it, but the thing is, like, Oops.
It looks like you're on the right path. Oh, but it just...
Yeah, because I was trying...
You can't go up there?
I was trying to, but I'll show you. It wasn't working. Because the airstream stops. See, because there's no airstream and I can't get around those. Unless you can think of some other way.
What's with this gap that's here? Right down below you right now.
I don't know.
I mean, like, what's... Like, if you go
Nothing.
down... Okay. You just try going all the way to the top?
You know what? I haven't gone all the way to the right.
Okay. Adesso says that your webcam scene looks very cozy, like you're about to read us a story. Warm milk and cookies. Oh, for some reason, when I had read Adesso earlier, I was thinking of, Why can't I think of his name?
Heaven's Fury?
No, the one who says grills. Ogre. I was thinking of Ogre because Ogre's from Sweden.
Ogre is from Sweden.
No, I think Adesso just said ouch. Maybe more based on gameplay. Yeah, I mean, like Grace is wearing her poncho.
I should say.
And I think it's really just a poncho.
Ah, darn owl. And I made it go the wrong way.
But so far my ratings
I hate these owls.
So I feel bad. I gave Germany 5 out of 10 because I did not like their food. And I included a note that I based it on my 14-year-old opinion because my taste buds have changed a lot over the years, so maybe I wouldn't hate it so much, but I didn't like the food.
Oops, where did he go? Oh, cheating.
No points for culture. And also I gave the outdoors 0, which maybe was harsh, but I feel like we didn't really do anything outdoors when we were there.
I'm surprised.
It was all very similar.
I'm surprised you gave the culture 0.
I just said nowhere like gets points unless it's a different culture.
Germany is a different culture though.
But it's not like, you know, it's not different enough to me.
I don't know. I think
you have to draw the line somewhere, you know?
Oh, is this a 1-point category?
Yes. So it's either 1 or 0.
Okay.
So I gave it 0. But let's see.
I still think that's a bit harsh.
Because Mexico, okay, as an example, I was about to give Mexico 0 for culture because I'm like, it's so similar to here. But then I was like, but wait a minute, they've got their really cool ruins, which is like part of their culture, you know?
I think you're a little, I don't know, I think if you're doing your, I would put, if I were you, I would have culture be 2 points because, and then the only places that wouldn't get any points is like anywhere in the US or Canada.
Well, but US isn't going in here because this is a country in the books.
Okay, but Canada would be going in there.
Agent 713 says it's a bit unfair to rate culture because it's not a city's fault if their culture is similar to yours. That is also true, and Adesso is backing that up. But hey, you know,
I think that's harsh. I don't think
it is a little harsh, but like for me, I think so. If I'm going to Europe, where I'm deeming the culture is not different enough, it's not as interesting to me as going to like Thailand or Japan where like, you know, they have totally different religious beliefs and like just everything about it is so different. Like,
I mean, I understand that culture is way different, but in my mind, Europe is much different than the US.
It is different from the US. I'm just saying it's not different enough, but I'm not going to give it 2 points because I feel like for me, culture is less of an important thing compared to food, cities, the outdoors, and infrastructure, which are all worth 2 points.
But I think your cities one isn't. Like, why do you need a category for cities? Because all cities are different.
They're all different, but some cities like aren't as interesting as others.
True, but like, so say
you were just saying Porto's not as good as.
Well, I know. So I think you need a different score for each city. Sure, maybe
so you're thinking like average or like separate scores?
Yeah,
like score everything out of 10 and then average them?
Like I would, yeah. So like I think what I would do maybe. Oh. Okay. Ooh. So I think what I would do is give each city a different score.
Mm-hmm.
Each city that you go to. Because, like, I like Lisbon way better than Porto. Or I like Porto way better than Lisbon.
Porto better than Lisbon.
So, like, so for me, it's like, well, you know, I wouldn't want my score for Portugal to be lower just by basing it off of Lisbon.
And I understand that. It's all very much based on where you go. And so the very first thing that's, like, on here, like, you say the country, and then you say the cities you visited, which then opens up like the surrounding area for if you're doing things outdoors. So for when I was rating Cambodia, I was like, I only went to one city. So when I was scoring all my things, I said, this is just for one city, this one particular area. Like, it's all very subjective. And Deso says, when you visit, are you going to the tourist destinations or are you hanging with the locals?
Yeah, because that's another thing, too.
That's another thing. So sometimes, like, I don't have a... Because the thing is, if I was hanging with the locals, I would have a separate category for that because you definitely want to go to the places where the people are more friendly. But I don't hang with the locals when I go to new places. I usually want to see the sights. I want to walk around the city and just get a feel for the place. And eat the food. That's the most important.
So the whole thing with the culture then is like, if you're not hanging with the locals, then, I mean, granted, like, I mean, you might not see the culture that some of the European cities have because you're not hanging with the locals.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this place.
And Adesso says, don't all those things make up the culture? The food, the city, the infrastructure? I guess, to me, maybe I should...
That was why I didn't put culture in, and that's why I put atmosphere instead.
I feel like, for me, maybe it's more like a religious thing. Not that, like, I'm not religious really at all, but to me, like, going into, like, a church is way less interesting than going into, like, a temple or a shrine.
Even if there are a million temples and shrines that look essentially the same?
Well, no, I mean, no matter what, it's gonna get old. But just the fact that it's a different thing. Like, I know churches. I don't know temples and shrines as much. It's also just, like, the fact that, you know, say, like, when you were in China, you saw, like, Buddhas everywhere. Like, you only see that here if you go to a Chinese restaurant.
True.
And, like, in Japan, they've got their little cat things. Meow, good fortune.
They have that in China, too. I actually think it's a Chinese thing. Yeah, I think, though, that...
Oh, yeah, I'm super introverted, guys.
I mean, I'm not discounting the shrines and stuff, but I just think that... I don't know, I don't think culture... I don't know, I would think if you're talking religion then, and, like, I would think that would be part of, like... I guess I would put that in atmosphere. I don't know.
Well, anyways,
the feel of the country.
To me,
I think
culture...
you're just all fired up because the people on stream are agreeing with me.
No, I just think, like, so for me, I just don't think going to Europe is quite as interesting as going to, like, Asia.
Maybe you haven't been to the right places in Europe.
I really liked France. And so I will read off my rating for France. Because the thing is, you can't, like, maybe if the place was absolutely perfect for you, maybe it could get 10 points. But I don't think it should really be, it shouldn't be easy to get 10 points. So, like, for France, I gave it 8, which is my highest score. So, food, I gave it 2. Cities, I gave it 2. I went to Paris, Nice, and Le Porte-Valmer. It's a very small city on the Mediterranean. The outdoors, I gave it 1 because... in my experience, like, we went hiking along the coastline, we went swimming in the Mediterranean Sea, but other than that, we didn't really do anything. But I know there are mountains, but, like, based on my experience, just get to 1.
There's tons of no, see,
I'm saying based on my experience.
Okay.
It's not, like, this is based on my experience. I'm not going to just research every single country that I go to, like, so thoroughly. And, you know, it's based on this very isolated experience.
But I feel like then that you shouldn't have the outside even counting if you didn't do much in the outside.
I just said I went hiking and I went swimming in the Mediterranean Sea. That still counts. There's still activities I can do outside and I can enjoy the view because the outdoors, I said, is based on activities and scenery. Okay, so both of those. So I gave it 1 point out of 2. I didn't give it full marks.
Well, I know, and I'm saying, though, that France has very good scenery. Not that I know firsthand, because I've never been to France.
No, it does. I'm just saying, based on my experience, you know, I gave it 1 out of 2. And then infrastructure, I gave it 2. Culture, it got 0, because as I said, it's Europe, so it's not different enough to me.
That just seems so wrong.
I think culture is maybe just the wrong word, but that's the way I picked it. Climate, I gave it 1.
I think you should call it, like, I don't even know, like, out of your element or something.
No, my first thought was, like, feeling culture shock. That was my initial thought, like...
Well, you could call it culture shock.
Well, but then I was like, well, why don't I just call it culture?
Because, to me...
But then I guess culture has, like, the...
To me, if you're given...
The idea of, like, oh, if someone's so cultured, then they're, like, very, you know, like... I feel like refined or, like, worldly, like, oh, you're so cultured. But like that's not the way I'm not looking at it that way.
Okay, because the way you have culture, it makes it seem like, oh, this place has no culture, or
No.
it's exactly the same as the US.
No.
That's why I don't
No,
like
because my thought was culture shock.
that.
Does that make more sense?
It
how I got
does.
to
It
culture?
does make more sense.
Because I'm not gonna. Okay, I guess I should just switch it to be culture shock because clearly that makes more sense to people. Because like if I go to Europe, I'm not gonna feel that like I'm so, or even feeling a minority too. Because like as I said, like I don't want to just keep talking about Asia, but like if I went to Africa or South America, I think I'd also feel that like.
Well, I felt it in Mexico.
Yeah, like you're just not like. Not that like it's bad to be in a minority, but it's just to me it's an unfamiliar experience.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. So there's a little bit of discussion. Luke said I'm way too introverted to be hanging with the locals. Definitely true. And Odessa says it sounds like you've been to a lot of places. There's still a lot more places I want to go to. Seems like Rice and Cookie are ready to settle this in Mario Kart or something. That's what Argus said. And Odessa says, not saying this is what happened, but for example, if you try 1 out of 100 unique dishes of a country, it's not enough of a variety to judge the entirety of their food. I agree with that. And again, it's just very much based on the isolated experience that I have. It's not going to be fair. It's very subjective. Also, there's like saying for me that I gave German food a 0. I don't like bratwurst, sauerkraut, or beer. So for me, that's not my thing. But for other people that love those things, they're like, you know, they would totally rate it differently. But for a comparison, in case you guys missed it before, because Rice had her own travel rating system, because she said food was also worth 2 points, and it's the #1 thing, because, you know.
Not necessarily it's #1.
Well,
it's
but,
just
like,
it's worth 2 points.
it's
so
worth 2 points.
It's one of the higher things.
Yeah. Atmosphere. So you're saying to you that's like the
It's like
culture shock sort of deal.
no, atmosphere is like the feel of the place. Like
kind of like if you're in like the old city part of like a town.
yeah, like if I'm sitting somewhere, say I'm sitting on a bench, like do I like the feel? It's like a very subjective thing.
Well, it depends on the bench.
But I guess. But the thing is, like, because for Porto, I would give atmosphere a 2 because I thought Porto was like a really nice feel.
Yeah.
Whereas Lisbon, like, I still liked Lisbon. It's not like I didn't, but I would maybe give Lisbon a 1. Just because I didn't like it as much and it didn't have like the I feel really comfortable here.
I see.
Kind of
I see. So yeah, atmosphere is worth 2, she said. Activities / things to do is worth 2. And so you have safety, which is worth 1. And I wanted to point out, I was toying with the idea of including safety on my list also. But then I thought, but would I really go to a country that I didn't think was going to be safe? So, because I had thought originally, I was like, well, if I do safety, I would also tie in the whole safe drinking water thing. I was going to tie that into safety because no one wants to get sick while they're traveling. But I guess I'd be more like a health maybe category.
Yeah.
But so that's why I didn't include safety in mine. So I was like, I'm not gonna go somewhere that's not safe. Here. Cleanliness you have is 1. Transportation and infrastructure is 1. And scenery is 1, and then that's it.
I was toying with the idea of not putting scenery in.
Yeah, well, because I was kind of
I'm like
struggling with that
I'm like,
too.
is scenery that important?
I thought the same thing.
Mr. Rice was like, because I asked him what he would put,
and he
on
said
the list.
scenery for sure.
He said definitely scenery, and I'm like, okay.
So I feel like for me, because that's why I included scenery with the outdoors in general, because I was like, scenery by itself, like, it's nice to have something to look at, but I don't think,
oh my gosh.
I don't think it's necessary.
Well, that's why it's worth, what, 1 point?
Yeah.
Because a place doesn't have to have good scenery for me to enjoy it.
Yeah. And so, activities, things to do. So that includes, like,
That
all things.
includes, like, outdoor things.
And
it
city things.
Includes city things, includes basically, like, anything.
Yeah. So is it, the atmosphere category, is that more just for, like, while you're in a city?
Yeah, I guess it more applies to cities. Yeah.
I will say one country where I didn't strictly follow my rubric was for Cambodia. Because, so I was scoring it, and in the end, it was only going to get 5 points. Because, the cities I gave it a 0, because I was only in one, wow.
Well, that's where we gotta go.
So for Cambodia, it was only going to get 5 points. And honestly, I felt like the ruins were so cool that I was like, it's worth 2 points for culture.
Okay.
That was the only time, because culture is only worth 1 point, but culture, you know, culture shock slash, because I guess culture to me, it's like the culture shock, but also I guess like, because for these ruins are like religious structures.
Yeah.
So I tied culture very much in with like religion and I guess culture shock. But yeah, so that's my rating system. It's not perfect. I did spend a good like hour trying to come up with a somewhat fair way to rate all the countries I've been to. And to rate future countries. Whew. Took up, you know, some time on my Sunday. And just filling out this book, it took forever because I was trying to like remember the different places we went. I had to like keep Googling things to make sure I didn't spell it wrong. But it was fun.
Yeah, I should fill out mine.
Do we have points to spend?
No.
Okay.
I checked recently.
Did you save recently?
Oh, I just saved.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it was 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it says from their outsider's perspective. We seem to have the life they've only ever seen on TV.
And Wafer says she's gonna head out. Thanks for the stream.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome.
Bye.
And Odessa, our lives definitely are not perfect.
No, I feel like mine's pretty laid back these days.
Yeah,
But it's yeah.
sometimes pretty boring.
Yeah. No, as I said, I couldn't even think of what I did on Sunday because all I did was fill out this book. Filled out this book, and I don't even know what. That was my Sunday. So I think I actually did go grocery shopping.
Okay.
I had to come up with my grocery list and go grocery shopping. That took some time.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is the end of our stream. Thank you all for watching, and we will be back again next week to play more Ori.
Yep.
And I think we're, you know,
maybe getting to the end.
yeah, I don't know.
I have no
Who knows?
idea. Yeah.
Because we played some games for a long time.
Yeah. Chris Player says hi and good night. Well, thanks for stopping in.
And Odessa says thank you for the stream. No
Yeah,
problem.
no problem.
Yep, you came late today, Chris.
Or maybe he was here the whole time. Oh, okay. I was like, maybe he was here the whole time and he just never got around to saying hi.
Yeah, nope. So, all right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yep, bye.
Bye.